Every footy player is a bad boy, or always breaks the rules. It's definitely, it's not the whole of us players that are breaking rules or being bad. I think sometimes people make mistakes, or everyone kind of brands. I guess every NRL player has that 1% of the playing group, or that 2%, or whatever it is. So I think that's the biggest misconception about us as players, is that we're all bad boys and we all break the rules, which is far from the truth.
I think there's a misconception of us that we're greedy money-wise, but people don't understand that our job lasts, maybe, if we're lucky, like we talked about percentages last week, our career could only last, if you're lucky, 10 years. That's what I planned for, 10 years. Be in the NRL. Anything after that's a bonus.
2 years, a year even.
Yes, so I've got to make the most out of the 10 years that I got, where someone else in the profession they could work till they're 70 years old, where most people retire around 30 years old. So I'm 25 and I feel like my dad's age, the way he walks around.
Actually, do you know what we learned in camp? We learned in camp that casing up our family tree, that me and Adam are related. Long distance, we sort of got told our family history when we were in camp.
Actually, we looked at the real family as well.
Yeah.
Nito's got a bit of royalty in him now too.
Yeah, I think for me, it's always been the same. It's just been a passion of mine to play footy, and I think since day one, since I played, I love the game of rugby league. So if tomorrow they took the money away, they took everything away, I'd still play rugby league. So I think for me, it hasn't changed at all. I think since the day one I played, I've had that passion. I love footy. That's just me. That's how I think of it.
I still feel the same as Reem, that I'm still playing because I genuinely enjoy and love the sport. And I've seen people ask, if your job was for free, would you still do it? And I always said that if life was for free, then I would, but life's not, and so why not do something you love and get paid for it? And so that's always been the case for me. It's something that I enjoy doing, and I just see it as such a blessing that I get to pay it, or we get paid to train, we get paid to muck around with the boys, we get paid to stay fit, and we get paid to play the sport we love. Yeah, there's cons to it in terms of pressure and being in the public eye and injuries and things like that, but overall, I think because I love the sport of rugby league, that sort of helps me push me through the challenging times as we've all faced at one point in our career. And so I think, first and foremost is the joy. And I think when I first started, it was just more about just me wanting to match it with the big boys. I wanted to prove that I could match it, and I didn't want to be in my old man's shadow at the same time, to prove that I could sort of make a name for myself. And now that I've been in the game for a little while, it's a joy, and the passion is still there. And perhaps once that goes, then for me it might be time to look for another career. But I still genuinely enjoy the sport.
I just remember the first time I got told that I was going to debut by Jason Taylor. I remember breaking out into tears. I remember crying on the way home. I remember the feeling when your name gets on the team list on that Tuesday arvo. I remember those three things. And in terms of gratitude, I don't want to lose that. I don't want to stop buzzing out every time my name's on a team list in the NRL. I don't want to forget that this was everything I prayed for since I was little, behind closed doors. This is things that I prayed for and fasted for quietly that no one knew about. For me, that's important is that gratitude part of it. I feel buzzed out that I'm playing NRL. Heaps of things could have happened that I didn't make the NRL, whether it's injury or not being good enough, not getting a look at. Tons of things could have happened, but somehow I'm here, and I just grateful as.
Okay, guys, today on Tea Talk, we're going to pass the ball back to the guys and get them to explain where they've come from and what they've been through with regards to myself and Sportsplayer Management.
I was representing the Auckland under-17s, I think. I was 15 years old and we were up in a small town called Kaitaia. I think I remember being told that there was an NRL manager and scout there. That was Tyron. I played a pretty decent game. That's where we started working together, AT. We got in contact, got me a trial with Parramatta, and then they brought me over on a 3-year deal. After a couple trials went pretty well.
I think I was, Haramate time?
1984.
Yeah, I think Haramat's 15. Yeah, Ty signed me up. Yeah, got me my first gig and scored me an NRL contract.
I remember knowing of Ty. Obviously, he knew my parents growing up, or my mum's brothers. And also, I played same junior club as Remo. And a few times I'd see him at training and I'd go over, do some drills with him. And I remember just coming home one day and I was sitting in my lounge room talking to my mum and my mum said, "This is your manager." But back then, I thought having him having a manager was like playing first grade days. I thought it was pretty cool. It was scary hard. T would always, I sort of lost a bit of motivation sometimes. And T would always take me to like Bronte, do the hill runs and stuff like that. Like just, like basically forcing me. Like, just always was someone I could always talk to or something like that, when I was going for a pretty tough time. And always was there to ensure that, if you just stick to it, we can do something. Your journey's not over. You still got a chance. So we'll always text me and be like, meet us at the hills or meet us at Matt Gary's gym and do the touch up. And thankful for that because kept me in some sort of shape. Nothing didn't come back and embarrassing.
Mate, and what's added when you look at those now, when you look back, it's just putting together structure, just to teach you to do things that you don't always want to do. You don't get a chance to always have to do what you want. But just understanding it, putting in that hard work, turning up when you don't want to turn up, when you're not motivated. Those are just little things that we're building.
Yeah, no, really grateful for that. So,
Looking back at the footage now, I can obviously see play that led up to the try with Gallen, who offloaded to Pearce, who passed to me to score in the corner. In the actual moment, I don't recall all of that to a T. State of Origin is one of the fastest games in rugby league. What I do actually remember was that there was a bit of hot potato in the middle and that there were offloads that created an overlap on my edge, the left edge at the time. And I remember catching a ball and that there was a bit of space in the left corner to attempt to score a try, and there was cover defense coming across. And so I bend down low to brace the impact coming from the cover defense. I knew I had to put the ball in my left hand and reach it out to score in the corner, because I knew if I had tucked it in my elbow and tried to score the normal way, I would have been put into touch. And so doing all that I could, I just remember putting the ball in my left hand, reaching for the left corner. I do remember that I grounded the ball firmly. Didn't know if my body was in the field of play or if I even put the ball down in goal line or if I put it on the sideline. And I actually tore my hamstring. I got low and was striding towards the try line. I tore my left hamstring. I just leapt and tried my best. Thankfully, the word try came on the big screen from the video ref. I do recall the crowd being very vocal and loud. My teammates were very happy.
You missing Footy?
Yep.
What do you miss about it?
Missing Remus Smith beating in St. George.
I've got a question, Samuel. Who's your favourite footy player? Runs with Alan.
Why you keep dropping bombs?
I don't know. That's a great first question. I'm still trying to figure the answer out. So when we go back to playing footy again, me and Dallin, we spoke about this before. If we score a try, so if me or Dallin scores a try, we want to do a sign for you.
Can you do a backflip?
Oh, wow. You want me to land on my head and be out for the rest of the season? I can do it.
Just score tries.
Score tries and catch the bombs. We'll do that for you, alright, brother? Right,
Thank you so much and good luck.
Thanks heaps, brother. We just want to say thank you for giving us your time, and yeah, hopefully have the crowds back at the game soon, and hopefully see you around.
Okay, up the Bulldogs.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this week's episode. If you have any challenges or pranks you'd like us to do, comment below and let us know. Alright, take care.